If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome to lecture 5. I have written 4 here, I will modify it. So today I have taken question number 4, 5, 6, base term line integral and sum integration and change of axis in integration. So okay, let's start solving.
Is question number 4 given. A surface S is given. This is integrated once over the path. Integrated once word you remember. We will come back to it. Over a path consisting the points that satisfy this. So this is the path given, and this is the thing which you have to integrate. You have to integrate this one. So you have to segregate all these things. So you have to integrate over this path. This path. So it is a circle. You can see x square plus y square equal to something. So over this path you have to integrate. That means it is a line integral. So for line integral, what was the formula for me? Line integral, the way we write it, it was, because it is scalar function, so I can write it small f and integrate it. If it is a close, you can write close dot dl or ds, whatever. This was the symbol. But what was the actual formula we told? Which formula you will be using? We will be using something of this. We will parameterization of the path, and then we will multiply it by r dash t magnitude dt, and we will take t from a to b. So that means I have to parameterize this one, or we have to write it in parametric form. Parametric form means you have to write it in a single variable or something. This eliminate x and y with a variable. So for circle you can take any value. If you take y equal to t, then x will be some expression of t, but that will be a quite lengthy one. If I take y equal to t, then x will be something of this t, but it will be a quite big expression. So for circle, these are common standard format. These are for circle, x is always r cos theta taken and y is equal to r sin theta. This is nothing magical. You just remember this, x square plus y square. So it is cos square plus sin square is always 1. So and x is always in cos theta, because if it is r, then this is your x, this is your theta, so it becomes r cos theta. That's why it is r cos theta. That's it. I will give some more examples. Suppose the path is a straight line, x plus y equal to t. In that case, you can take directly any value, x y equal to t, then x equal to 1 minus t. So this is the parametric form for a straight line. Let me take a parabola. I will give some examples so that you can understand what is parametric form. Suppose y equal to x square, something of this for it. Then also you can take x equal to t, y equal to t square. This is also done. Next you can take of something hyperbola or ellipse. So hyperbola will be x square minus y square equal to something. Then you can think of x equal to what? Same r will be there, but here cos square minus sin square is not equal to 1. So what is 1? Sec square minus tan square. So you take root 2 sec theta or root r sec theta. This they say r, and y equal to root 2 tan theta. This is for hyperbola for this case. Parabola, straight line, hyperbola, ellipse is also same, but the r is changing. For major axis it is a cos theta, for minor axis it is b sin theta, something of this format. So we will see this one. So here it is. So coming back to this, we have to parameterize this one. This was the examples how we will do it. But if we want to parameterize this one, what was the concept? X is equal to r. R is here root 2, because it is root 2 whole square. X square plus y square equal to r square, equation of a circle. Root 2 cos theta. And then y equal to, but this whole x plus 1 is root 2 cos theta, because this square plus this square equal to, this square should be cos square plus sin square equal to 1. So x plus 1 equal to root 2 cos theta. So x equal to root 2 cos theta minus 1. Similarly, y minus 1 equal to root 2 sin theta. So y equal to root 2 sin theta plus 1. So these are the parametric forms. So we will go to theta instead of x and y. Here I have written t. You can take anything. So I will go to now theta. Okay, that's good. Now one thing, this is done. Xt, yt you have done. Now you have to calculate r dash t. Now what is r dash t? You remember this is x dash t I cap plus y dash t j cap. Now what is x dash? X dash means differentiation of this one with respect to theta. It will be root 2 sin theta minus sin, obviously. I cap because it is cos, and this is root 2 cos theta j cap. Now if you take magnitude of r dash t, you have to calculate all these things, then you will put it in the function. Then it becomes very easy. So this square plus this square. You can calculate what will be this square, root 2 square, 2 sin square, 2 cos square. So 2 take common, sin square plus cos square. So it is 2. So let me put it in all these variables. So how theta will be vary from which value to which value? That's why I was telling once. Once means you have to move it one time. One time means if you start from here 0, then you will move 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi will give you one rotation. If it is twice, then it should have been 0 to 4 pi. So it is 0 to 2 pi. Now it is given 0 to 2 pi theta. You can see it. So instead of f, what is your f? F is your this s function. So here we will put x and y in terms of thetas. So if we put, it will be 2x is equal to, what is x? Root 2 cos theta minus 1. What is y? Root 2 sin theta plus 1 minus 3. This multiplied by what is r dash t? 2 theta. Done. So if you do this one, and if you integrate all these things, then you will find this is 253 will get cancelled. Okay, let me do it. 2 root 2 cos theta, 2 root 2 cos theta minus 2, 5 root 2 sin theta plus 5 minus 3. So 5, 3, 2 get cancelled. Okay, so now these two integration you can do. So if I take 2 root 2 out, 2 root 2 cos theta will be minus sin theta, and then 5 root 2, cos theta is plus sin theta integration, sorry, sin theta is minus cos theta. Put you 0 to multiplied by 2, 0 to 2 pi. So now if you put 2 pi, sin 2 pi is 0, cos 2 pi is 1. So it will be minus 5 root 2 if you put 2 pi. Then if you put 0, sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1. So it will be minus of minus 5 root 2, which is 0, multiplied by 2. So 0 multiplied by 2, answer is 0. So now you are getting line integral is easy. Just you have to think which path you are integrating. That path you have to parameterize this one. You have to write it in parametric form. And how to write the parametric form? I have given some hint of other straight line you do in this way. Parabola you do in this way. T, straight line and parabola, nothing is there. You take one t, another one will be automatically a small expression of t. In case of circle, you take circle and ellipse, you take cos theta and sin theta. X equal to circle, it is same, r cos theta, r sin theta. Ellipse, it will be a cos theta, b sin theta. For hyperbola, it is sec 10 because minus. So sec square minus 10 square will give you some form of 1. So it is always r sec theta, r tan theta. So all these things are there. So I think you got some idea how to do line integral. Once you know this formula, this is your main formula, how to do it. Then you step by step you proceed. First you go for path parameterization. Then you calculate r dash t magnitude, put all these things value, integration becomes very easy. This part will be very easy. Just to substitution is this one will be the tricky one. So if this is done, then question number 5, I think s is equal to 1 to infinity x to the power minus 3 dx. You just try. What is the integration of this one? X to the power n. X to the power n plus 1 divided by x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So 1 to infinity. So what it will be? If you take minus 1 by 2 outside, this is minus half, and it is 1 by x square because x to the power minus 2, 1 to infinity. Now you put. So if you put infinity, 1 by infinity is 0. Something divided by infinity is not a unknown number. Something divided by a very big number will be always a 0. 1 by infinity. Infinity is in denominator, then you are in safe side, no issue. So something divided by denominator will give you 0, minus 1. So answer is half. That is option C. Next, we will go for the last question of today, that is question number 6. The expression of V. V is given, which is the volume of a cone, they are saying, pi r square 1 minus h by capital H whole square dh. Now if you see the options, there are options with dh and dr. So they have given in dh, the idea is to change the axis. That means you have to variable, you have to change this dh, you have to change it to dr. That's it. So obviously option B and C is already gone. B and C will not be the answer because if it is in dh, then the same expression will be the answer. So I think same expression, no, B, option B, it is 0 to r. So option B is not the same thing. If you want to write it in dh, then this is the expression. You cannot change it. So what is their intention in the examiner's intention is to convert it into dr. Now let us take a cone, and this is known as change of axis question. Change of axis. You want to change from one variable to another variable. So this is your cone. Okay. So what is given? First you write this height is given. This is fixed. Capital H. This is not variable. This will not vary. This R is also fixed. Capital R. Now what is dh? Dh means, and you are going 0 to h means you are changing the heights from 0 to height. So while integrating, you always think a small parameter, a small box we take, or a small size we take, then we move that box, or you can think of a broom. If you have taken a broom, then you are just sweeping that area. You have to sweep that floor, taking that broom. Now you have to think what type of broom it is, because you are moving the broom from 0 to EA, 0 to H. That means you have a broom of something like this. You are moving the broom from 0 to H. You can feel it now. You are changing the heights. So if you zoom it, it will be something of this fashion. 3D you can feel it, I think. Some sort of this. Are you getting it? Some sort of this. A very small cylinder. Clear? Or let me draw it one more time here. I am zooming it. So a small cylinder. Okay? Okay. This height is always h, and this height, whatever the height is, we have considered dh. You think this height is always considered dh, the small parameter dh. So above a height you consider a dh. So obviously this radius will change now. What will be the radius? Let me take, because it is also changing. As you are moving this strip from here to here, this radius is changing. It is R, capital R, then finally it will reach 0. Similarly your h is from 0 to h. Because you are moving the h, so you have to move the strip like this. You cannot move like this. You have to go here. They have given in this dimension 0 to h. Let's first understand what they have given, then we will do our. So this is given from 0 to h, you want to move it. Okay, this is your height. So what is the formula for volume? If I want to find the volume of this tiny piece, pi r square h. Done. Okay. So now you have to integrate it from h equal to 0. Small h equal to 0. Small h is the variable, and small h equal to capital H. Okay. So but the variable is given in what variable it is given? Small r. But what is the variable, integration variable? H. So you have to convert the small r into h by doing some condition here. Now you think this is your r, this is your capital R, and this height is h. So you have to find some relation between r and h. So for this you need a little bit of geometry. Similar triangle. This triangle you think of this way. This triangle, smaller triangle, and the bigger triangle, they are similar. So this small r by capital R, small r by capital R, small r by capital R will be small height by capital height. Small height will be h minus h, because bigger one is h, smaller one is small h, and divided by full height h. So what is your r? R is equal to this much. H by h is 1, h by h. So if you put the value here, you will find what they have given. Now you got it, what is given in the question. If you know all these things, then it is not required to draw this one. Why I am doing that? I am trying to explain it step by step so that you understand from where it is coming. Thinking that you forgot what is change of axis, that's why I am starting from the scratch. But in the exam, if you know, you don't need to do these long steps. So if you put it here, so it will be pi r square 1 minus h by capital H whole square dh. So this is given, this is volume. We can understand this one. You see the expression, this expression is the given expression. Now what is the idea? Idea is now you can't go in height direction. You have to change the direction. Okay. Now you have to move r. So what I will do? You have to move r. Means you have to move from here to here. So you have to take vertical steps. So you have to take a cylinder of this, and then you move the cylinder. Getting it now? You take a small r, then you increase this r. So as you are increasing, you will be covering the cone area. This is my cone. So you take a small r, then you zoom it. So you will cover the whole area. You can feel this is my cone. So you take, this is my center point. I take a R, then I increase my R. So the entire area will be covered. So I am taking, you can take, I am taking a broom and then I am sweeping the area. So here, this is the case. So my tiny piece, what is the tiny piece was here something like that, and here the tiny piece is something of this format. A very small thickness. What is the thickness? This length is R and this small length is dr. So you are at a distance R and this is dr, and this height is small h. This height is also vary. If you come inside, then this height is h. If you go far, if you increase the radius, then height will decrease. Okay, this is R, this is dr. Now what is the volume of this one? This small tiny piece. Let me calculate the volume. You calculate the volume, then you integrate. That's it. What is the volume of this one? See, outer volume minus inner volume, because this is the part you are calculating, this small tiny part, dr part only. So what is the total radius from here to outside radius is R plus dr. So it is pi r square h, the outer volume, minus the inner volume. So if you take pi and h common, it will be r square plus 2r dr plus dr square minus r square. So r square get cancelled. And one thing you remember, because dr is always a small thing, so if you square it, it will become even smaller. So you can neglect this dr square, dr cube you will always neglect. So ultimately what you are getting, 2 pi r h dr. This is the small volume, that is dv. So if you want to know the full volume, you have to integrate it. That's it. And the variable is here r. So the volume will be r is equal, small r equal to 0 to small r equal to capital R. You want to go 2 pi r h dr. But here you can see this h is extra variable. So you have to replace this h in terms of r using some sort of geometry. So you can again think the triangle now become this way. So this is your triangle now. This triangle and this triangle are similar triangle. So this height is height, this is h, and this is r, this is capital R. So you can think this height by this height, small triangle height by large triangle height is equal to small triangle this base, that is capital R minus small r, larger triangle base r. If you take small h from here, it will be r by r1 minus r by r into h. You put this here, you will find the answer. That is the answer. So the idea is simple. Just to you just need to find the how we will proceed the integration. Which variable we are h you are varying, so you take this type of piece so that you can vary. If you want to vary r, you take this type of piece, a cylinder type, then you expand it. You find the area of this small piece, then you take the integration for the entire area. Finally your job will be done. dr. So this is the answer, option D. So okay, that's it for today. Yeah. If you liked the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.